Welcome back to the channel, everyone. If you like the content, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe for daily Indoor Football League content. Our guest today, Quad City Steamwheelers wide receiver. That's going to take some getting used to saying. Jarrod Harrington. Jarrod, thanks so much for joining us today, man.
Yes, sir, brother. Thank y'all for having me, man.
So let's just start. Let's get that out of the way. You know, you spend your entire career in Arizona, a long time in Arizona, and now you're moving on to a conference championship team, a team that came up just 2 points shy of an IFL championship a year ago. Why was it time for you to make that move and head to a new place in your career?
Yes, sir, man. You know, I built a legacy out there in Arizona. You know, I was a fan favorite. You know, I was one of the faces of the franchise, and I was, you know, forever grateful for that franchise and, you know, everything that the fans did for me and the organization as well. You know, I had a great career out there, but, you know, I had suffered an injury in 2021 in the semifinals right before the IFL championship that year. And, you know, I worked so hard to get back and play for the following season in 2022. Did everything I could to get back, man. Was 100% healthy, and you know they just, you know, really disrespected me and never gave me, you know, what I had worked for. So, you know, I took that as okay. You know, it is what it is. So, you know, it's time for me to go elsewhere in my career. And, you know, I talked to Quad City. I talked to a lot of teams, man, and you know, Quad City made the most sense for my family and I. And, you know, Coach Ross is a great man, a great guy, and I really appreciate him and all the other coaches and the owners in this organization. And I'm excited and happy to be here, man. I'm ready to get ready to start playing ball.
And I know that the entire fan base is super excited to have you. It's hard to find veteran receivers who are as successful as you are. I think at this point you have to be the active leader, if besides Ryan Ballantyne in receiving yards. What was it about Quad City that really sold you? You talked about the coaching staff, but I bet you had a lot of suitors. I mean, who wouldn't want someone as accomplished as you are in the game? But at the end of the day, you know, what was that I guess thing that set Quad City apart from everybody else?
Yes, sir. You know, just like I said, man, you know, just the coaches, you know, they were the first team that, like, as soon as free agency opened, you know, Coach Ross was the first coach that had reached out to me. And, you know, I knew as soon as Arizona had lost in that semifinals game, you know, I knew, like, all right, yeah, I'm not coming back here to play again. So, you know, I let that be known. And, you know, when that was known, you know, I got flooded with calls. You know, you ask my fiance, you know, she'll tell you, like my phone was getting blown up. So, you know, we were just trying to figure everything out, you know, and I talked to every coach, and every coach was so professional. Every coach that I had talked to was so professional, man. And, you know, had told me, you know, everything you had told me about, you know, with, you know, Ryan Ballantyne and I being the leaders for receiving yards right now, like currently that are active.
Yeah.
And, you know, they were just, you know, just constantly, you know, talking me up and stuff. And I just, like, really appreciated them. They respected me, respected my game. And I did the same for them. But, you know, it was just Coach Ross, man. He's just a great guy, man. I could tell, you know, he's a real guy. He's a real character. You know, he's a good man. He's a good person. He actually cares about you not only as a player, but as a person as well. And,
Yeah.
you know, him and the offense that they have here with EJ Hilliard at quarterback, you know, and the other fellow receivers here, man, you know, it's going to be deadly. So that's why I ended up coming to QC.
100%, man. Perfect offense. Especially, I think they throw it deep more than anybody else in the league. There's not a ton of check downs like we see at other places around the IFL. And then now that you are fully healthy, you're back to getting on the field. It has been, like you said, we didn't see you much last year. And now to almost get kind of a restart on your career, that's got to be super exciting for you when you've already had so many different, I guess, elements of your career. You've won championships. I mean, it's not a lot of people get to have this long a career at any level of football, especially the IFL. For you to have like almost a reset button, it's got to be super exciting.
Oh, yes, sir. You know, it's a blessing, man, you know, to be able to do what I've done in this game thus far. And, you know, all the accomplishments that I've been able to create, you know, I've done a lot of that, but the guys that I play with all those years, they've helped me accomplish that. And big thank you and shout out to those guys, and I appreciate it. But yeah, man, at this point in my career, getting able to, to like you said, just practically restart it, man. I feel like a rookie again almost. So, it's gonna be fun, man. New environment, new team, new setting. New band of brothers I'm gonna get to join, and we've already been working, man, and getting it in together. So I'm just excited to be here, man. And at this point in my career, I've already got a lot of, accolades, stats, closing in on some more records. So, now we just got to continue to keep adding to that. And, at the end of the day, it's about winning the championship. So that's
Yeah.
my main goal.
So are you a West Coast guy originally?
No, sir. I'm from the South, man. I'm from Kentucky.
Oh, wow. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
so the game's taking you all over.
All over. Yeah.
Are you more well acclimated to the cold that you're going to be facing in Illinois, being from Kentucky? Because you got
Yes,
a little,
sir.
you guys are in like that weird, are you South? Are you North? Because Ohio's right there. Is that
Yeah.
more your speed?
Yeah, man. I grew up in Kentucky for 20 years, man. So I'm acclimated to the cold. I'm used to the cold. I actually like that cold brings another element, man. Like when you got to train in the cold or do anything in the cold, mentally, you got to take your mind to another place. You got to get through it, stick it out. So I enjoy it. My fiance and I, our dogs have never seen the snow, so they'll be excited to get to play in it too, man. But yeah, I love Kentucky is like the start of the South. You got Kentucky, Tennessee,
Right,
bordered
right.
over there by West Virginia, Georgia, South Carolina, geographically. But yeah, man, this I'm definitely used to the cold. It's not going to be an issue.
Is there a big rivalry between North and South Kentucky? Like you're not really Kentucky, you're up in Ohio. Is there a big argument there?
I mean, not really, man. I mean,
Okay.
maybe some high schools up like the high schools that are up in Cincinnati that are good, like that
Mhm.
that that border that are in that border of
Yeah.
Cincinnati and between Ohio and Kentucky. There might be some, but no, not really, man. That's one thing I love about being from Kentucky. Everybody in that state all got a lot of respect for each other when it comes to sports. So
Very good. Back to the game a little bit. What was your favorite memory being with the Rattlers? I know it didn't end the way that you would have liked, but man, I mean, some of the most fun teams to watch, so much
hmm
talent on those
oh
teams.
yeah.
What's the
Yeah.
one, what is there one moment that sticks out to you?
Yes, sir, man. There's a bunch, but the one that comes to mind to me the most is probably in the 2019 IFL championship game. We were
Yeah.
playing Sioux Falls. We were undefeated that year. We got all the way to the championship. We ended up losing, but one of my favorite plays, if you will, from my
I know
career at
exactly
Arizona.
which one you're gonna
Yeah,
tell me, man. That's
it was,
one of my favorite plays
yeah,
all
oh yeah,
time.
for sure, man. Just in the moment of the game and that type of environment, man. I mean, there was 20 to 25,000 people there. There wasn't an empty seat in the house. Late third quarter, we're losing. They kick it off. I catch it like on the wall, like I could have like let it go out of bounds, but I just ended up catching a kickoff with my hands, like with my back against the wall, which is very tough to do. I brought it out. I saw a little seam to the left. It was actually a right return, but
Mhm.
because like you watch the film, you'll see the ball in my right hand. So it was supposed to go right, but I saw a seam to the left, made a couple guys miss. I hurdled a guy, and then one of my old teammates there, Stewart, kind of like escorted me to the end zone, man. And I went in there, and I remember that place was just going crazy, man. It was rocking. We had the rally towels in there.
Oh man.
That was probably my most favorite play that I made in my professional career, man. It was just at that moment in time during the game, and we ended up losing that game,
Mhm.
but just that play in particular was definitely my favorite.
Yeah, it's one of those plays that you probably dream about having, as a kid, to have
Yes,
that
sir.
atmosphere around you. If you haven't seen it, go check it out from the 2019 IFL Championship game, because it is what I hope every IFL playoff atmosphere is
Oh
moving
yeah,
forward. There's
100%, man. Like, I mean, it's like you playing for the Super Bowl, man. Like the environment
Honestly,
is
man.
love. Yeah.
When you're when you have a play like that and there's so many moving parts, like you said, it kind of broke down at the beginning, and then the crowd around you. I mean, what are those last 20 yards like? Do you even? I mean, it's got to just be like overwhelming almost mentally. Do you even like realize what is happening?
Man, honestly, during the moment, no, like when I'm returning, like, cause like I don't know, it's just one of them things like you're just playing ball, man. Like, 'cause I was so locked in and so focused, like I wasn't like, oh wow, like man, I'm in the biggest game of the year, everybody watching. I'm about to return the kid. Like I'm not thinking like, I'm just like, all right, man, I made a cut, made a guy miss. I got one more guy I got to beat to get to the end zone. I'm in there. Like that was my thought process. But when I go back and watch it the next day, I'm like, then I had that thought that you and I were just talking about, like, wow, like I really did that, man. And that play was one of my favorites too because it showcased every single bit of my athletic ability. It's my vision, my speed, my quickness. Just the ability to cut on the dime. I even jumped over,
Yeah,
the kicker there
the
towards the
balance,
end.
the balance
Yeah,
is what I always take away from that play is the
yeah,
balance
yes,
it took
sir,
on that play.
yes, sir, yes, sir, 100%, man. But yeah.
And Jarrod, now that the man, what year is this for you? Is this year 5?
Yes, sir. Excluding the COVID year, yeah, year 5.
Wow. So
Yeah,
I mean, it would have been 6 years. That is unreal.
exactly. Yeah.
So now that the league, you've been a part of really so much of this league's history now because
Yes, sir.
you've been a part of when it looked like it was gonna, the Storm and a lot of other teams were gonna leave. They came back,
Hmm.
COVID, all that stuff, and now expanding. What has it been like for you to see the league grow? It has to be cool for you as someone who has really been an ambassador for the game.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. To see the growth, man, because I came in as a rookie in 2018, and to see the growth that the league has made since then has, it's been great. Like I say all the time, this league right here can go play with anybody. You
Mhm.
know, I'll take any of these teams in the IFL against any of them USFL rosters or any of them XFL rosters. There are a lot of dogs in this league, and we just need opportunity. Some of those guys got opportunities because they were in the NFL, or they might have played at a bigger school than some
Right.
of our other guys. But
Right.
there's a lot of talent in this league, man, and it's going to be showcased even more this year. I feel like there's going to be a lot more of a following this year for this league, and I think it's great for the league, man. It's great for us players. It's great for the coaches. It's great for the organizations. It's great for everybody. Great for the fans. Get exposure for everybody. So and I just hope that I'm going to continue to try and do everything I can to help the league grow and push our league and push our players to get to the next level. Not even just on my team here at the Steamwheelers, but for everybody, because I want to see everybody in this league succeed. We're all in this thing together, so I'm gonna try and do everything I can, to get my fellow teammates, fellow players in this league, and myself, the shot that we all deserve.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that because I think you're one of there's a few of them, but you do such a great job of connecting with not just your teammates, but everyone around the league, especially the veterans. Why is
Yes,
that so
sir.
important to you? Why is that something that you've really embraced throughout your time here? Not being selfish and kind of, like you said, developing a brotherhood with guys around the league.
Man, I just think it comes with, all of us just being young kids at one point in time that all had the same dream. We were all different kids that grew up playing the game that we love of football, and we all come from different parts of the country, different areas, different backgrounds, different states. But we all have one thing in common, and that's to make a living, take care of our families, playing the game that we love. And that's why I try and do everything I can, man, because I really, I know what it's like. I know the grind, I know the struggle, I know the mentality, the work ethic it takes, and that's why I try and, like you said, be an ambassador for everybody that I can in this league. That if I feel like but it's got to be realistic too. Like you got to be one of those guys where I'm like, yeah, bro, like you got the talent. You could do it. So, but
Yeah,
yeah, I'm just gonna try and do everything I can, man, for those guys and
I would
myself.
like
Yeah.
to I would like to talk about that a little bit because talking with some of the rookies, and there's people who reach out to me and, like, how do I get in contact with coaches and stuff like that?
Yes, sir.
What I guess the guys who take it seriously, what does that what is that like for you to see guys who take it seriously? And then also just some guys who maybe, let's use an example, maybe like a power five guy who comes in and doesn't make it, because there's a lot of guys who don't in the league. It just, for
Mhm.
whatever reason, the skill set doesn't translate. Um, is that at all, I guess, a frustration for you? Because you've got guys like you, most of the stars in the league are small school guys who
Mhm.
haven't gotten that opportunity outdoors, maybe because we don't know you before you get to the league.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, man, you're exactly right. A lot of these guys in this league are smaller school guys, and that does, where you play college at, man, it really don't, none of that stuff. Like now that earlier in my career, I didn't realize that, but now like I realize like that don't really mean
Right.
nothing because, it's all about when you get on the field, who's going to be the man, who's going to win your matchup. So, um, that was just kind of was frustrating to me because I see a lot of those Power Five guys or guys that played in the SEC, Big 12, Big 10. Well, I've been on the same roster as those guys, been in the
Yeah.
locker room with those guys. There's no difference between a small school guy and them. The only thing that's going to separate them is your play on the field.
Hmm. And then,
And
yeah.
you know when you get that opportunity and you do get a shot, you know that's what this league is great for. You get all this film, you get everything, and then when you do get your shot, that's when you got to capitalize on it. I feel like there's a lot of guys in this league that have got all the accolades, they got the stats, they got the film, they got the highlights. People know who they are. For whatever reason, guys just haven't got a shot yet. But that's where you just got to keep the faith, man, and just stay working and stay grinding.
And exactly. And hopefully with, the XFL partnership, it opens that up,
Hmm.
especially for guys like, it's awesome to see the guys who are in the IFL at any capacity get an XFL shot. But I
Yes,
think
sir.
the people who have been following the league are really rooting for guys like you, guys like
Yes,
DeQuan
sir.
Neal, guys like Drew
Yep.
Powell, who
Yes,
have
sir.
dominated the league and have been great for the league to get those
Yes, sir.
outdoor shots.
Yes, sir. And yeah, and like I said, man, that's why I hope those guys get those shots. Guys like us, like those three you just mentioned, me, DeQuan, Drew, we all, we get a shot because we're great. We're a good look for the league. We're just proof that if you go to the league, you dominate, you execute, you do what you're supposed to do, then you get your shot at the XFL, USFL, CFL, what may have you. You dominate there. It just goes to show that you did what you're supposed to do, and that the IFL was a product of that.
And then finally, Jarrod, last question for me. I'm going to give you the floor here just to kind of share with Steamwheeler fans what they can expect and your expectations for 2023.
Yes, sir. So what Steamwheeler fans can expect from our team this year, man, is we're gonna go out there, we're gonna dominate, we're gonna win, we're gonna have fun, and while we have fun, we're gonna celebrate all together. I want that place rocking. I can't wait. March 17th, we got a month away. Big game. It's gonna be fun. Environment's gonna be great. It's gonna be a packed house. But Steam Wheeler Nation, I just hope y'all ready to rock and roll because I know I can speak for all of the players and the coaching staff. We're ready. So just get your popcorn ready, get your seatbelts, put them on, and get ready for the ride because it's gonna be a fun one.
Jarrod Harrington, wide receiver for the Quad City Steamwheelers. If you enjoyed our conversation, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. And Jarrod, how can everybody follow you on social media?
Yes, sir, man. You can follow me on Instagram, J_smooth_6, and I'm also on Twitter, J_smooth_16 on Twitter. Yeah, man. Get at me, follow me. Any questions, anything. I'm an open book.
There you go. Quad City Steamwheelers wide receiver, Jarrod Harrington. Jarrod, thanks so much for the time today, man.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all, man. God bless.